Hello, welcome to a Rare Breed podcast, your home for juicy lesbian conservative content. My name is Avi, your host. Let's dive right in, shall we? All right. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in again. Sorry it has taken so long to get this episode out. Life gets crazy, and working all this overtime has had me away from my computer to even start this episode. But here I am. So let's get into it. All right, I know a lot has been happening since the last time I did an episode, and I want to talk about it. But the first thing I want to mention is that I officially became a member of Gays Against Groomers, which is an organization that is focused on the protection of kids from this radical woke ideology that has taken over the gay community. It's basically just a bunch of normal gay people who just don't agree with what is happening to kids. We don't care what you do as an adult, just stop pushing this weird agenda on kids. I've said this many times, leave the kids alone. I've never been afraid to say it, I just always said that there needed to be more gay people to stand up and say this isn't right. Now there is. They're starting chapters in every state, well, at least they're trying to. I know there has to be more gay people like me. There has to be more gay people like the rest of us here at GAG, which I know. I didn't like the abbreviation for it either at first, but it does kind of make sense. What's happening to kids kind of makes me want to gag. Anyway, there has to be more gay people like us out there that want to make sure kids get to be kids. There's no reason to be teaching kids anything about sexual orientation or anything that has to do with sex, really, at least until they're in high school. It doesn't, that shouldn't be happening. That's when those hormones and feelings become prominent in teens. However, I don't think that we should be telling kids that they are gay or that they should be gay. I think they will figure that out on their own. I mean, 10 to 15 years ago, that was literally how we figured it out, on our own. No one told me I was a lesbian, nor did I have any influences showing me how to be a lesbian. I just knew at a young age that I liked girls instead of boys. I wanted to chase the girls around the playground and like the boys did, and I mean that didn't make me a boy, or it didn't mean that I wanted to be a boy. It just meant that I was a tomboy. I was considered a tomboy, which is okay. These days, if a girl even slightly is a tomboy or tomboyish, she is automatically labeled a boy trapped in a girl's body and should transition right away. And these poor girls think that because they want to play with cars instead of dolls that they have to be trans. It's so sad, and honestly, I feel like I'm being erased. I'm I'm already considered a non-man attracted to non-men, which is a lesbian. A lesbian is a woman attracted to women, but you can't even use the term woman because it's offensive to trans women, which is a biological man dressed up like a woman. The more I say this shit, the more it is just confusing and frustrating. Imagine being a kid hearing all this crap. The mission at GAG is to stop this from happening to kids. No more transing kids, no more indoctrination of kids, no more drag queen story hour time in schools and libraries. That doesn't need to happen, and GAG has already made a huge impact in some major states with legislation and getting laws passed to prevent minors from medically transitioning. Our goal is to hit all 50 states with the same laws so that there's no minors in the US that can be mutilated. You can go to their website and learn more about our mission and what it is that we do and why we do it at gaysagainstgroomers.com. You can also join if you're gay and donate to support if you're not. There is merchandise you can buy, articles you can read to follow along our weekly achievements, and much more. It is truly an honor. I mean, it really is truly an honor to be a part of something so important. These guys are, I mean, the woman who started it, her name is Jamie Michelle. She is awesome. She's like a hero in our little tiny community. It's not very big, but hey, we're here. Yes, so go to gaysagainstgroomers.com. I will have a link in the description below, so you can just click on it and go straight to there. Figure it all out. And I do have to mention that our lovely Wikipedia page is so disingenuous. We we are not an anti-LGBTQ hate group. We're the opposite, in fact. I've never seen more of an accepting and open-minded group of people in my life. The main thing that we all agree on and care about is leaving kids alone and protecting them from insanity and disgusting woke ideology. Letting kids be kids and grow up normally. In my opinion, anyone who opposes that, I mean, you're just insane. I've seen and heard this question asked all over between our private conversations within the GAG community or across social media platforms from random people. What is this desire or need to do this to children? Why? And I genuinely want to know why. I've yet to get an answer from the other side. I've still been waiting for an answer. So if you are one of those people who thinks it's okay to confuse and indoctrinate kids, please comment below. I would love to hear why you think it's okay. And I don't mean to be rude and like call people names or anyone else names. I want a real answer as to why you believe it's okay to put these kids in these situations or put them through these kinds of procedures. I do have to mention that this podcast is not affiliated with GAG. So when I speak my opinions, it should never be taken as a reflection on GAG. My podcast is my own platform. It's my own platform. I have my own mind. I just so happen to be an active member of an organization that has their own mission that I support. And I will promote and encourage people to support the organization on my podcast because it is important to me and I am proud to be a part of such an important movement. That being said, let's dive into our next topic. Okay, so Tucker Carlson. Let's talk about Tucker. Tucker Carlson exposes Obama for being gay. I want to show you the clip. Apparently, it's it's a big shock for people. However, I already knew this, and I'm going to show you the clip from Dinesh D'Souza as well. Ooh, I actually didn't pull that up. Damn it. That's okay. I can show you how to pull that up. We'll do it together. But the first thing I do want to show you is, oops. Well, this is the website for Gays Against Groomers. I actually forgot to bring that up. Just go to the website. This is the actual website, Gays Against Groomers. There's all kinds of stuff you can go in and look at the merchandise. This is the new, like, they call it radar. It's basically all of our information, everything that we do on a weekly basis, every kind of article that we've written. It's actually really exciting and really cool. So check that out. gaysagainstgroomers.com. Boom. All right, so I want to show you this clip from Tucker Carlson. He is saying that Obama is gay. And this is like a big shock for people, but I had already heard this back in like 2020. Dinesh D'Souza does a documentary called Trump Card, which I'm sure a lot of people didn't watch it because of the title, but it was a really good documentary. And he actually interviews Larry Sinclair in the documentary about this specific topic. But nobody paid attention. I did, but nobody else. So let's listen to what Tucker had to say.
Really well. And the media is too, by the way. The media is reporting on government, but it's also dependent on government. In 2008, it became really clear that Barack Obama had been having sex with men and smoking crack. And a guy came forward, Larry Sinclair, and said, I'll sign an affidavit. And he did. I'll take a lie detector. And he did. I smoked crack with Barack Obama and had sex with him. Well, that was obviously true. Nobody reported it, not because they were squeamish about sex or drugs, but because the Obama campaign said anyone who reports on this gets no access to the Obama campaign. And so they didn't report on it. So that happens. That's just one small example, but that happens all the time with lots of different issues.
Now, and do you believe that transpired, or do you believe the guy is legitimate, or both?
Oh, the Larry Sinclair story? Oh, that definitely happened. Oh, for sure. I mean, I've talked...
Okay, so that's Tucker talking about it, right? And so everybody's like freaking out. Okay, so I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to show you. All you have to do is look up, anybody can have a Tubi account, right? Oops. Tubi. Free TV movies. I'm already signed in. Cool. Alright. Now, hopefully it'll bring me right to where I was.
Pay for free expression and free thought that only liberty allows.
Don't compare Bush to the Klan. Come dressed up like the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh, it's coming up. I'm sorry.
We'll do the rest. Is there any limit to the deception of the mainstream media? When the presidential nominee is involved in a sex scandal, it's obviously a big story. Meet Larry Sinclair. What do you do for a living, Mr. Sinclair?
Currently, I run a nonprofit in Cocoa building affordable housing.
Now, in 2008, when Obama announced his candidacy for president, you made some explosive allegations about him that dated back to some events that occurred in...
Okay, so I'm not going to show you the whole thing, obviously, but that if you want to know exactly what was said in this interview, you can watch this on Tubi. It's for free. Super easy to find it. So this interview happened in 2020, right? Now, mind you, this guy, Larry Sinclair, he did a testimony hearing back in like 2008, maybe it was before then. About this exact situation. And if you watch this interview, right, he literally says almost word for word exactly what he says in his testimony that he did back in 2008. And the video I'm going to show you here, which hopefully there's no... No, I knew it. There's an ad. Sorry, guys. Make sure the sound was off.
What we
Okay,
saw
so this
with
is
the Hunter Biden laptop story.
This is Candace Owens talking about what Tucker Carlson had said, right? Now, nobody mentions that Dinesh D'Souza had already interviewed this guy back in 2020 talking about this. Nobody said anything, but I mean Tucker Carlson says something and it's like this big deal. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, Obama's gay." I guess Dinesh D'Souza is not going to get any credit, but I have proof for you guys. There's the proof. Dinesh covered it first. Anyway, let's listen to what Candace has to say, because she also has the actual testimony. I couldn't find the testimony, unfortunately. I couldn't find it on Rumble. I couldn't find it on YouTube. So she's the only one who has it at this point.
So it amazed me, actually, when, unrelatedly but also relatedly, Tucker Carlson was just speaking in front of a camera and talking about the claims, the allegations that Barack Obama was gay, something that I've known for years. And people were very surprised to hear about it because, of course, there was a media concerted effort to suppress those stories when Barack Obama was running for president of the United States. Let's listen to what Tucker Carlson had to say about that.
2008, it became really clear that Barack Obama had been having sex with men and smoking crack. And a guy came forward, Larry Sinclair, and said,
I'm gonna skip this because we already watched this.
Covering it up. And I'll take it a step further. I'll tell you what I heard. I heard this directly from the mouth of a Secret Service agent whose name I cannot remember, but who worked for Barack Obama and his family. And he said that while Barack Obama was in office, again, this is coming from a Secret Service agent, that they would help sneak young men into the White House. It was not a secret of sorts that Barack Obama was sleeping with these young men, and that was just a part of their job. Unbelievably, the press never found out about this, which happens sometimes. Sometimes you can actually drop off crack cocaine at the White House, and they don't know who did it. So yeah, the government can be super hush-hush when they want to be, and of course the media will.
And let me just remind you, I'm only bringing this up, and it's not because I'm saying, oh my god, Obama's gay, that's terrible. No, I don't care if he's gay. The point is, when this came out with Obama, right? They did everything they could to cover it up. I mean, Larry Sinclair was like shut out. He was like ridiculed and bashed, and like it was really bad for him. But when it came to Donald Trump and Stormy Daniels fucking stupid sex scandal, everybody wanted to talk about it. It was like all over. I mean, it was a big deal, right? So Donald Trump has this supposed sex affair with a porn star woman, and it's a big deal. But Barack Obama is accused of being gay, and that's not only it's a terrible thing to even say, but there's no way in hell it could be true, right? I mean, heaven forbid Obama be gay. I mean, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, these aren't going off of facts here. This is just my opinion. I don't think Michelle Obama is an actual woman. I think that Michelle Obama was a trans woman. There's a lot of weird little conspiracies that can kind of tie that theory together, but to each their own. You want to think whatever you want to think, and if they don't want to come out and tell the truth about it, then that's their own problem. They can just keep hiding in the closet. It is what it is. So let's finish this really quick because I want you to hear the testimony.
Bury those facts. Well, let's go backward, because apparently this clip of Tucker Carlson is going viral because people had never heard it. They'd never even heard about Larry Sinclair. They never heard about his testimony. If they did hear about it, it was dismissed. They problematized Larry Sinclair himself. And I want to be clear that Larry Sinclair has some problems. Yes, he has problems, a lot of financial ones. He's been accused and convicted of fraud, credit card fraud, things of that nature. But he was pretty clear when he repeatedly said over and over again that he had engaged in a homosexual affair with Barack Obama. It was pretty clear when he said that he had had sex with then Senator Barack Obama in Chicago, and he was willing to even host a news conference about it at the National Press Club in Washington on June 18th, 2008. So don't take my word for it. Actually watch this video, which has largely been buried, and let me know what you think about it. Take a listen.
In regards to the Obama incident, I flew out of Colorado Springs, Colorado to Chicago on November 2nd, 1999, arriving in O'Hare early in the morning of November 3rd. I went to the Chicago area to attend the graduation of my godson, my best friend's son, from basic training from the Great Lakes Navy Training Facility. I made reservations at the Comfort Inn and Suites in Gurnee, Illinois, based solely on the location to the training center. On November 5th, 1999, I hired the services of 5-Star Limousine. Excuse me. I had hired them both for November 5th and November 6th of 1999. On November 6, 1999, I asked the limo driver, whose name I now reveal for the first time, Jagir Paramit Mutani, if he knew anyone who would like to socialize and show me Chicago. Mr. Mutani understood that I was looking for someone who knew Chicago and would enjoy socializing. Mr. Mutani said he knew someone who was a friend of his. On November 6, 1999, after picking me up at the hotel in Gurnee, and this is significant, Mr. Mutani used his cell phone to make a call. That call was made to then Illinois State Senator Barack Obama to set up an introduction between myself and Senator Obama. Upon arriving at the bar and exiting the limo, Senator Obama was standing next to Mr. Mutani, and I was introduced to Senator Obama by name. Later that evening in a bar which I believe was called Alibis, and I state believe because I have failed so far to get Citigroup to provide the credit card receipts that has the actual name. I mentioned I could use a line or two to wake up. Senator Obama asked me if I was referring to coke, and I stated I was. After stating I was, Obama stated he could purchase cocaine for me and then made a telephone call. This too is significant, from a cell phone to a presently unknown individual, during which Senator Obama arranged the cocaine purchase. Senator Obama and I then departed the bar in my limousine and proceeded to an unknown location where Senator Obama exited the limousine with $250, which was provided to him by me. Returned a short while later with an 8-ball of cocaine, which he gave to me. I did ingest a couple of lines of cocaine, and shortly thereafter, Senator Obama produced a glass cylinder pipe and packet of crack cocaine from his pocket. Obama then smoked the crack cocaine. I performed fellatio on Senator Obama in the limousine during the time Senator Obama was smoking crack cocaine, after which I had the driver take me to my hotel, the Comfort Suites, Gurnee, Illinois. The following day, November 7th, 1999, Senator Obama appeared at my hotel room, unannounced, uninvited, where we again ingested cocaine, and I again performed fellatio on Senator Obama.
What it's like to be a fair. Oh, come on, you stupid ads. Okay, so yeah, that's the whole point.
That seems remarkably detailed. It seems that if you were a meaningful journalist and you were in front of him at that news conference, you could have easily fact-checked those things. You could have asked for those credit card receipts. You could have gone to then Senator Barack Obama and asked him to counter those claims. Hey, actually, Barack Obama, where were you on that night that this man claims that he was performing fellatio on you? I'll tell you, I believe him. I believe him because, as I said in follow-up stories, speaking to his Secret Service agent, they could all but confirm that Barack Obama was gay and that it wasn't really much of a secret when he was in the White House. And of course, now what's also happened is an ex-girlfriend of his has come forward with a letter written from Barack Obama detailing his gay fantasies that he had with men, saying that he would choose to be publicly heterosexual, but behind the scenes, obviously, that he fantasized about men. So this isn't a secret. It's never been a secret, but it was yet kept from the general public. Why? That's the interesting question, because I'll be clear, it doesn't really impact my life if Barack Obama is a flaming homo. Probably doesn't really impact yours. But as a country, we should ask the question, why did the media cover this up? Were they afraid that we weren't going to vote for a gay man in 2008? Is that the reason they did it? No, I would take it a step further and suggest this. Media knows, of course, of what Barack Obama is. The media is being controlled by the CIA. I have said this to my followers routinely on this podcast, that if you question that narrative, you need to look up Operation Mockingbird. CIA has placed agents all across the media to control the way that we think, and that's been going on for decades. That's been going on since JFK was assassinated. That was when they put in place that Operation Mockingbird program.
Well, that was a little bit much. I didn't even pay attention to that last part she was talking about when I first watched this video, so that was interesting. Yeah. So that was the whole point of bringing up Obama and his gayness, because I mean, why cover it up? Why not just say, yeah, he's a gay black man, vote for him. I'm sure that probably would have gone over really well. But whatever. Especially back in 2008. I mean, I don't know. It's a little question to ask everybody, and I want to know what everybody thinks. Let me know in the comments below. All right. Next, I want to talk about Tom MacDonald. Tom MacDonald released a new hit song, Black and White, featuring Dax and Adam Calhoun. Now, I'm not going to react to the video, because honestly, I've seen the video way too many times, and I've heard the song way too many times, so it wouldn't be genuine, it wouldn't be a reaction, it would be me telling you this is freaking awesome, pay attention right here. No, I won't do that. But in my opinion, this song should be the song to end racism. Eminem who? And I also want to mention that Tom and Adam have their own line of clothing, which is awesome. Their shirts are badass, so you should go check that out. That was the one little quick throw in I wanted to add in there, because you have to go check out that song, Black and White, by Tom MacDonald, Adam Calhoun, and Dax. Do it. Okay. So I do want to get into some doomsday gloom and talk about this nuke that was armed in Russia. Let's find it. Let's find it. Okay. So Russia activates world's most powerful nuke. Satan II missile is 1,000 times stronger than the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and could destroy the UK in 6 minutes. And this is a article I found on timcast.com. All right. So, Russia has reportedly placed the world's most powerful nuclear weapon on combat duty, which could completely destroy the entire United Kingdom in just 6 minutes. State media outlet Interfax quoted a Russian official who confirmed the strategic missile complex Sarmat was put on combat duty. The Sarmat missile, nicknamed the Satan II, stands about 115 feet high and is nearly unstoppable. It travels at nearly 16,000 miles per hour, has a range of 11,000 miles, and can carry 15 warheads. The 15 warhead payload could drop multiple nuclear weapons in a single launch. The nuclear bombs carried on the missile are 1,000 times more powerful than the ones the US used to flatten Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan during World War II. I'm sorry if I mispronounced those. Okay. This truly unique weapon will strengthen the combat potential of our armed forces, reliably ensure Russia's security in the face of external threats, and will provide food for thought to those who, in the heat of frenzied aggression or aggressive rhetoric, try to threaten our country. Russian President Vladimir Putin said in remarks made after testing the missile system. Yeah, man, this is pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And like, so, okay, let me read this part. During remarks made a day before NATO countries met to discuss more support for Ukraine, the former Russian president, who has served as deputy chairman of Russia's Security Council since 2020 and is an ally of Putin, stated, "Tomorrow at NATO's Ramstein base, the great military leaders will discuss new tactics and strategies, as well as the supply of new heavy weapons and strike systems to Ukraine." And this is right after the forum in Davos where underdeveloped political partygoers repeated like a mantra, "To achieve peace, Russia must lose." So my point of reading this is that obviously in my opinion, I feel like Russia's just waiting for NATO to get really involved, and I feel like Russia or NATO is pretty involved at this point. I mean, the United States is we've given billions of dollars to Ukraine, and that's billion with a B. And we still plan to send more. I don't know. If you don't believe that we're already in World War III, where are you? You're hiding under a rock. And I mean, we're just months away from having our soldiers sent over there. Honestly, I wouldn't doubt it if that's already happening. I haven't done a lot of research on that, but this is just this whole Russia nuke thing. It's a little on the creepy side. And I also I want to know if you guys will have to let me know in the comments. How many of you guys are actually prepared for if shit hits the fan? Because I think it's time to start prepping for shit to hit the fan. What are your preparations? What have you done to start preparing? And what are some predictions? I want to hear some crazy conspiracy theories. I want to know. What do you think is going to happen? All right, and the last thing I want to talk about to end this episode, I want to share that I am now able to take subscribers on my Buzzsprout website. That's basically where you can go. Buzzsprout is where you can go to access the podcast. You can get access to the podcast basically anywhere from Buzzsprout. So you can go to Buzzsprout and you can click on the Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio. It's literally everywhere podcasts are available. But if you go to the Buzzsprout website, you will see a little icon that says you can now support or subscribe and support. It's monthly subscription, and it's super easy to cancel in case you don't want to do it anymore. I know that asking for money right now is a little on the hard side. I hate to ask people to even just give money, but you know, these hobbies are expensive. I don't know. Anyway, either way, I appreciate you all so much for listening and tuning in. And I appreciate you all if you do subscribe. That's amazing and I really appreciate it. I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing with my next episode, but I promise it will be a baddie. Um Also, let me know in the comments if you have anything specific you want me to talk about, anything specific you want me to dive into. I am willing to look into whatever you guys want me to, so just let me know. Thank you again for the continued support, for tuning in and enjoying my rambling. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, and comment. Like and comment if you can. It really helps with the algorithm. Okay, let's try this again. If you like and comment, it helps with the algorithms. Apparently, that's what I've been told. The more comments and likes, the more people are able to see your videos. So let's do this together, guys. And I really appreciate you. Stay tuned and have a great first week of September. I love you guys.